Hi guys, it's me Karen, and today I've come to do a picture in the World Within Worlds by Kerby Rosanes. And I want to do it kind of in these colors with a lighter pink in it, something in this range. This is the little book that I got that I decided to put all my color swatching in. So these are Prismacolors. And I just went through and drew a little chart here. If you want any information on how to do this, I can link it down below. This is following a tutorial, and I will put that down in the description below so you can go and see the measurements. I will warn you, it is in centimeters. I did inch across here to get the center line, but every little box is one full centimeter long, and that's how I followed the instructions. So I went on this side of my little ruler and just marked them out. But I'll leave a link down below to that video. And I pulled out some acrylic paint to use on this book. Now these are matte Arteza acrylic paints. And, you know, we've all kind of watched Dee Dee Willingham do a wash of acrylic on the background picture. And that's what I want to do. And I picked out the, the picture with the dragon on it. Of course, now I have to find it because I closed the book. I gotta find it. It's in here. It's not that difficult. I mean, it's the one with the big eye on it. And I wanted to try out this. Where are you? Yeah, here, this one here. I wanted to try out using her technique of doing a wash on the background and then coloring it. And I thought, why not? This is a whole huge page, and it would probably work pretty well on that. So this color here is rosy pink, and it's kind of a really light pink. This one is a mulberry pink, kind of a little darker. And I'm going to be, on top of this color, adding browns into this and maybe some deeper colors of red along with this one too. So this wash is not going to be the end product. It's just going to be covering it. So what I'm going to do, I don't really have dishes for this. This is a top of a candle. And I'm just going to use the lid. And I'm going to put some of the pink on this side. And from what I understand, she adds water in here to make it a wet wash. I haven't quite done this before, so this will be a first for me. But she says this works really well, and I've seen a couple of her videos that it looks absolutely gorgeous when she goes on top of the paint wash. I don't know how thin she likes it, but it's got to be thin enough but not too wet, is what I remember her always saying. Because too much water will crumple the page up a little more than I would like. So we're just going to put a wash down on this. And like I said, this is the... what did I call this? Rosy pink? Yes, rose pink. I'll just leave it sitting there. And we're going to go over the kind of backgroundish area of the scales, I guess. We're a dragon, so it's not skin, although it could be. And we're just going to put it in here. It's okay for me if I go over some of these little horns here, because the secondary color is also a tone of pink. It's going to be a little darker, but you get an added bonus when you use a candle top. It smells like the candle. Which is kind of nice. I think this one is a like a pumpkin spice. It's been sitting up on my windowsill. That's a really nice scent. I have a lavender one out that I'm using. Can you see all this? I don't know. So that scents up the whole hallway during the summertime or springtime. I think I have a hair in there. Get that out. I don't need to be painting that. You don't need to be seeing. I'm shedding. Okay, I guess down in here too. So from what I remember, she just kind of lightly coats everything so it has a background color. I've always wanted to try this technique of hers. I've never really found a page that it would work on terribly well. I don't like, I mean, it takes me forever to go in between little things, like leaves and flowers, and go around when I'm doing it with a black background. Okay, and then we have to do the top up here. So I guess my attention span runs short trying to do this. So figured it was big enough, and there's not too many details on this picture except for in his eye here, that I could try this technique out. Thought it would be fun. And the nice thing is it is not buckling too much. Now I know for a fact that it doesn't bother me if the page buckles. I can put weight on it, I can iron it, you can do all sorts of stuff if you don't like the buckling. I like the way the pages sound when they crinkle, so a little bit of buckling is not going to bother me. Okay, boom, everything light pink, or enough of light pink, I think. Okay, the next color we're going to use, and I'm going to have to clean out my little lid here because there's not a whole terrible lot of room in there. So I'm just going to grab, you will probably think this is weird, a rag that I have on my desk, and I'm just going to wipe all that out. Then I'm gonna try to remember not to stick my arm on this or put it on my desk. It's okay if there's a little pink in there. Like I said, I'm using another pink tone. So if there's a little light pink in there, that's okay. This is, whoa, way too much of that. Mulberry pink. You don't need that much. I just didn't know that much was going to come out. Okay, we're going to mix that up with the water. Oh, this is really bright. Well, that's okay. I'm going to be covering some of this up. Make sure it's wet enough. Okay, we're going to go on the, what do you call these? Like the horns, and it's really dark. Okay. I think I need to put a little more water in that. I I guess that's as much detail as I'm going to get in here. There. Okay. Guess there's some horns up here too. Get a little color up there. Yeah, I'm going over the lines, but that's all right. You remember, I'm not a perfect colorist. I just have fun with it, so that's what I'm doing. Besides, there's a shadow down there, so it'll work in our favor, right? There we go. Boom. All right, and then down here, we've got to get these guys too. So how are you all doing? I hope you're all well. Keeping busy. This is interesting. Just gonna go along that line. Now if you were doing these with say 2 different colors, like blue and red or something, you wouldn't be able to quite be as messy as I am. But since I'm doing it in 2 shades of a pink, I can get one a little darker, just like putting in a darker colored pencil in these areas. Just add a little up there. Okay, we're going to put a little up here in the eye a little bit. Then we're going to put a lot of water in there and just get a tiny bit of that color in there. There we go. Okay, the rest of that I'll do in pencil. I'll get a little of that down in here too. I want to make an eyeball in him, so it'll probably come right down the center. And I can do that with a pen. I can do it with a pen. Did that come through? No? Okay, just want to double check. I haven't used these Arteza acrylics in a color book terribly like this, so want to make sure it's not bleeding through. Okay, what I have to do is let this totally dry, and I'll clean up my mess, and we will be right back. Okay, we're back. And it's mostly dry. What I'm going to do now is work on the eye. I had pencils, pens, and stuff out on my desk. I don't know what I did with them. We'll just get this one. This is kind of small. It's 0.5 in the Staedtler pigment fine liner. And all I did was take a piece of paper I have sitting on my desk, folded it in half, kind of judged how long I wanted it, and kind of made a I don't know. If you turn it this way, it looks like a bunny ear. And I'm just going to put it down here. It's got some sticky on the top but not on the bottom, and kind of positioning it where I want an eyeball area, I guess is what you call it, pupil. And I think I want it to come down similar like this. What I'm going to do is just outline that, connect it to the top up here, and then just go around my area here. Hopefully I'll be able to see that. Do the same on this side, trying to keep it on the paper, not on the template I'm using. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty good. So we want it to come all the way up, and I'm going to make a really thin line, hopefully, around. So a place for the pupil, and then just kind of a highlight there on the side. I'm putting the line there so I don't forget. I'm supposed to just color in this section and leave the outer section. And I'll be putting in like the what do you call it, the highlights with a Posca pen after it gets colored in. Trying to see if I have a brush pen in this set. Okay, we have the chisel tip, which is kind of small, but still it's a chisel tip. See which way it goes. I'm going to turn this over and see if that leaks through. How would I be able to tell? No, it doesn't. Okay. So if your line didn't turn out perfect here, you could always correct it with the line you're putting in now. And I'm just going to cover up that part of the picture with the ink. Just want to double check to make sure. It's a lot of ink I'm putting down here. You could do this with acrylic paint if you want. I just thought it would be easier for me since I didn't want to dirty another brush. I'm just going to go in here and put it down with this ink. Try to get it as solid as I can. Okay, that's good for now. So we have an eye, and it did not lead through the paper, so I really like this picture. I'm going to do that too. Okay, so we have this going on. Now I got out colors for the light pink, and we are going to be using Pink Rose, Nectar, and Mohogany Red. So we're going to darken up those areas with that. On the spikes here, we're going to go in with Henna, Tuscan Red, dark Umber, which is bringing in my brown, and then I have the black to get any dark spots, and I have the white to highlight. And I may get some more browns out just to, I want to go for kind of a brownish color. And I know you're looking at a bright pink page. I did want to go darker, but you have to put your lightest colors down. So we're going to go in the eye first, and I'm going to go in with some of the Tuscan Red around the corner here. And see how that'll darken that bright pink up a little bit. I'm using a light pressure. Not heavy at all, but we're going to darken both corners up here. Pretty sure this is dark and wet enough wet enough, dry enough for me to do this. Very light pressure. I'm going to go up. And on the other side, I have to kind of change position here. It says one big eye. Okay. Let's kind of bring some of that color out. Okay, then we go in with the brown here. Should I bring some of that henna in here too? Bring the henna down. Okay, now we'll bring in some of the dark umber. Just going underneath the eye here, the eyelid, making sure that's nice and dark, and over here in the corner where the skin kind of folds over the eye, we want to go nice and dark in there too. Okay. We're going to go in with a little bit of the Nectar here. Darken that just a little bit more so it doesn't look so pink, 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 pink. And I'm going to shadow some of those building tops too. This is also just a very light touch on this. Okay, That's looking pretty good. We're going to add a little white up here if we can. I want to keep that lighter. Right around that black. We can do that also with a Posca. I want to put in some blinky highlights, I guess is what you call them. So I want to kind of map them out so I can see them. Put one over here. Maybe a couple in there. I don't know. We'll figure that part out. So I just want to now bring in some of the pink rose, which is the lightest pink here. And we're just going to kind of go over the buildings with it. Go over all the color also. Again, just light pressure. Go over all of the colors there. Just a little of that pink up there too. Okay. Let's see what else we can do. I want it a little darker, so I'm going to bring in some black. We're going to really darken these sections. And it's still light pressure. Just kind of blend it out into the other color. I'll turn the book here a little bit so I can get a better, sorry about that, angle here, because I want it really dark underneath this eyelid too. And we're going to go right over this black here. I'm going to go underneath the eye too and bring a little of that up. We'll make sure we get this dark under here too. Sorry, I like to spend a lot of time on the eye. It's kind of the personality of the critter. And since it's the only kind of thing on the page, it's a big eyeball and then his skin, I want it to look good. We're going to go over this pen with this pencil too, so it all has the same shine to it. So it looks like it's the same media. And it will darken up any areas that I, you know, didn't get too good with the pen. And then we can thin out those lines a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to blend in this color over here just a bit better, so we're going to go back in with the Tuscan Red. That black blended in with that. Don't know if I wanted to go down that far, but I did, so. And I'll go on this side over here too and bring it in, because I went a little too far, I think, but it's okay. I'm going to darken it up with the henna here. Take some of that bright red out of there. We'll go over it with a little bit of the dark brown. So we have it was the dark umber. I hope I'm in camera. And just a little extra on this side here. Okay, just a touch more of the black. Just in the corners. All right. Did get a little dark right there, but I don't know if I put a little white in here, if that'll cover that up or not. Put it on both sides. Blend that out a little bit. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put in our highlights because I want you to see what those will look like in here. So we're going to put one there. I might have to go over this a few times because that color is coming right up on this Posca pen. Interesting. One there, one about here. I kind of want one down here. I'll let those dry. I don't think I like this one here, so we're just going to color that one over. Okay, hold on a second. Okay. So the color is coming off on the pen. So I don't know if it's the black pen I used and it's just sucking up the ink, or if it's something else. So we're going to do that. We're also going to put one down in here. And then maybe, and this is probably where I can correct this area. See, we're going to put a little few, oh, we need the pad back. This one might not be working well. I'll get another one. I got 3 of these on my desk somewhere. Well, this one's not even open. So we'll open this one up. Get it shook up. You can use a paintbrush too if you like, if you prefer that than these pens. Sometimes I do because the pens give me a hassle. Come on. Do. We'd like some color coming out of you, please. There we go. Okay. What I'm going to do is add a little shine up here. So we're going to kind of make a swoop like that, make it thicker on one end, and then bring it down. And then maybe a couple of little dots coming down in this area. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side here. And kind of bring it down. I don't know if that one's, this one's kind of, let's see if it should go out this way a little more. Okay, we're going to get this one re-wet and kind of move it down like that. There we go. And maybe a couple little marks over here. Okay, then we're going to go around here. That way you can see where the eye is coming down. We might color over that a little with the pink. Something like that. That'll give us our cool little eye. I'm going to take, this is the pink rose, and if there's a section here that you aren't quite happy with, you can go over the white with a little bit of that. Okay, you can go in here when this is dry so you're not scraping it off, but I wanted to scrape a little of that off there. You can color over it lightly with that and it'll turn that pink also. Okay, then we're going to go kind of on the outside of the eye here. Pull in some black going in these areas where Kerby has already given you shadow lines. Okay, we'll bring in some of the henna here. Darken up that bright, bright, bright pink. Again, very light pressure. We're just going to add a shadow up above here. Okay, then we're going to bring in the pink rose. It's a really light color. Kind of blend those together. I want this a little lighter, so I'm going to bring in some white. Pink rose is a great match to the rose pink. So it'll blend in really nice. Okay, we're going to bring in the Posca. Hopefully I got the right one. And we're going to lighten that up a little bit. Okay, and I think that's going to be about it for today. I'm just going to add a little light pink, or the, what is it, the pinky rose, rosy pink, pink rose on the white in here, coming down in here, just real lightly on the white. Leave the white on the dots in the inside of the eye, just to lighten that up a little bit. I think I might need to get this sharpened. Just to knock down the white a little bit. So, turn off the lights here and you can get a better look at that. See how it looks. I'm going to have to darken that pupil up just a little bit more. I want it pitch black. So I'll be coloring that a little bit more too. Just knock that back a little bit. I want it dark underneath that eyelid too. Okay, so that's what we've got so far, and I hope you will stick around for part 2. I'll be doing more of the, well, obviously the skin and these little scales and the horns. They are all going to kind of end up in this realm of color. This will probably be really darker brown tones up here, and then the skin's going to be kind of a pink, if you're wondering. I hope to see you in part 2. Have a great day, everybody. Bye now.